how to prevent weeds in your raised garden bed or even just in your garden. This method is simple. It's virtually free if you have the materials available to you. I'm going to take you through the steps and how I did this in between my garden beds. I'm going to be doing this in between all of the raised garden beds. I have plans to build 3 more raised beds in this area, and I'm going to be doing this exact same process in between all of them. First thing you're going to want to do is source some wood chips or mulch. It's called different things, but these are basically wood chips. There's a couple ways you can do this. The easiest way is to find the free mulch at your local township. Most townships offer free mulch, free wood chips. It's just something that they have when the town takes down trees. If you know a local landscaping or tree cutting business, you can ask them for their wood chips. They may give them to you. The third way is to rent a wood chipper and wood chip your own mulch. That one obviously being the most expensive because you actually have to rent a wood chipper. If you already have a wood chipper, even better. But those are kind of the 3 ways that you can source some mulch. I went with the cheapest possible way to me, and that is to fill up bags of it at my local township. It's a lot of work, it's laborious, it hurts your back after shoveling so many times, but it's free, easy, and I live fairly close to my township. The next thing you're going to need to source is some cardboard. Now you can use landscape fabric for this, but it's expensive, and the cardboard is free, and it's also eco-friendly because it's a way to recycle it. Everybody gets packages shipped. You can also use the brown paper, the brown packing paper that comes inside packages if you don't have a ton of cardboard. That also works. The thing you're going to want to have to do with the cardboard though is remove all of the tape and all of the packing slips. Otherwise you're going to have plastic and stickers in your garden come next year, and we don't really want that. It's not good for the environment either. So I'm going to be removing all of this tape. Now that you have all of the tape off, you want to flatten your box like so, and I do this really haphazardly. It's not supposed to look pretty, you're not going to see this at all, but I just kind of put my foot on one side and peel up on the other side. It's easiest to do this where the seam is, and then that is your piece of cardboard for your row. So this one is pretty perfect. I may have to rip it off a couple of times to get it to fit perfect, but this size is kind of the size that I've been leaving in between my rows. So I'm going to lay this down. So here's my row all laid out. I did rip up the cardboard a bit. And the way I've been measuring my rows is the length of one rake in between each row. That makes it the easiest way to spread the mulch, because then you can easily just get your rake in between there and rake it out. So it's an easy way to make sure your rows are even. So one rake's width, maybe a little bit extra in between each row. And then all I really do is pour the mulch at the back and just rake it out, shovel it out a little bit. Try and get it on there as evenly as possible. You want to make sure you have a good amount of mulch on top. I do about maybe like an inch's worth of mulch on top, just so that the cardboard isn't peeking through, and so that it has enough mulch on top to break down, and there's enough mulch on top to kill any of the weeds. So I just dumped all the mulch, and now I'm just going to rake it all out into place. I'm even mulching in the back along here because I just don't want weeds anywhere in this garden space. So I'm going to finish that, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's finished. This whole space is a work in project though, keep in mind, because there's more beds that are going to be here, and maybe I'll do like an overall tour when the whole space is finished. that is the finished row, and like I said, I'm taking this row by row, so as I put a bed down and fill a bed, I'm then getting some mulch and mulching the pathway in between, which means we are ready to plant another bed. But overall, it's looking really nice. If you guys enjoyed this really quick tutorial on how to prevent weeds in your garden space, I'd appreciate if you give this video a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I make new videos every single week.